All right, this is 4-6 part 2. So in 4-6, we were talking about graphing inequalities, systems of inequalities, and kind of the overlapping area was the answer, okay? And now here we're going to be asking to go back. It's really towards the end there. Thank you, Grantland. I think it's a no number page because I don't like that. Right there. All right, so here we need to write the equation of two inequalities. And I find going backwards is way easier than going forwards. So graphing and shading and all that stuff is really kind of annoying. But going backwards is nice and easy. So the thing here is we know how to write the equation of a line, right? It's y equals mx plus b. Agreed? Now, let's look at this line right here. This line is dotted, right? And am I shading above it or below it? Below. So y is going to be less than. Now I need two things. I need my slope. So it goes through the corner of the box there. Let's just say there. So my slope is down 2 to the right 2. So my slope is -2 over 2, which is -1. So y is less than -x. And what is my y-intercept? Well, that's 2. So plus 2. Is that real easy, Lance? Pretty straightforward, right? Now, this here, this is a dotted line, and it's vertical. Vertical lines are x like equals a number. So what does x go, or what does my vertical line go through? 3. Now the question is, am I shading to the left or to the right of 3? Well, I'm shading to the left of 3. And numbers that are to the left of 3 are less than. So it's x is less than 3. Mike, you okay with that? Kind of all right? You're like, doesn't seem too hard. All right, over here. First things first, you kind of have to figure out, well, where are your axes? Well, my axes are right here in the middle, okay? They're kind of like right here and right here. So let's see. Let's deal with this one. This blue line is at, looks like I am counting by 2s. So that is a vertical line. It's going through -3. How do I figure that out? Well, if I'm counting by 2s and I'm in the middle of a box, that's going to be -3. Now, let's see. We're shading to the right. You okay with that, Nikki Grantland? The blue line, just the blue line. See how my shading's to the right of that? So it's to the right, meaning x must be greater than, and it's a solid line, so it must be equal to. Okay, getting better? All right, let's deal with this one. This is a dotted line. It's horizontal, meaning it's y equals a number. So let's figure out that number. Well, remember, we're counting by 2s. So it's in the middle of a box. So that means it's going to be like 1 or -1 here because it's below the x-axis. It's going to be -1. Now, did I shade above or below that line, Chris? This line, the green line. Above. So it's going to be y is greater than -1. Last but not least, I have this line. Hannah, you with me?
Yeah.
All right, Hannah, I need two things. I need the y-intercept and I need the slope. So my y-intercept is right there. Agreed?
Yeah.
What number is that?
3.
Well, 4 is up here. Let me put down the marker. 4 is right here, right?
Yeah.
And this is my x-axis. So if I'm counting by twos, it looks like it's more, looks like it's more like 1. Would you agree that it's more like 1 than 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's 1. I think this one just is difficult because it's counting by twos. Now, Hannah, what would my slope be? You can say I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Okay. Now, to be honest with you, I have no idea as well because it's kind of like going through, counting by twos. We're in the middle of the boxes. So I'm kind of going to guess here, and I'm going to pick these 2 points. This is my y-intercept up here. That's my y-intercept. And right there, looks like I'm going through the point 2, -1. So this is the point 0, 1. That's the point 2, -1. So I could try to count my blocks, okay? So I'm going down 2 blocks, right? To go from 1 to -1, I went down 2. And here I'm going to the right 2. So my slope is going to be -2 over 2, which is -1. So my equation is going to be y, we're shading below, so it's going to be less than or equal to -x plus 1. And mind you, if you're really struggling on this one, that's okay. It's a bad example, really bad. But, I mean, is what it is. It was in the notes, didn't make them. All right. All right, let's try some practicing on graphing. All right, these are a little easier. All right. Who should I pick on? Hansi. Hansi, you there? Oh. All right. Ed. Ed?
Yo.
Ed, can you pick one of these numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 11, 13, 31, or 43. Pick any one of them. I'm gonna
4.
All right, 4 looks great. All right, so to graph 4, okay, to graph these, what I'm going to do first is I want to pick a color for my top equation. I'm going to say that one's blue. Okay, so I have x plus y is greater than or equal to 2. Now, I'm going to use the cover-up method here. Okay? And the reason why I'm going to use the cover-up method is I think it allows me to do the problem quicker. So, Ed, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover up the x, and I get y is 2. So I'm going to put a point there. Now I'm going to cover up the y, and I get x is 2, and I put a point there. And I have determined that it is a solid line because of this. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to connect my points with a solid line. Now here's the trick with doing the cover-up method. You have to pick a test point. Okay, I'm going to pick the test point of 0, 0. Why? Well, it's easy to multiply any number by 0. It's also easy to add 0 to any number. So 0, 0 is my test point. And if I plug 0, 0 into this, and it holds true, then I shade on the side of 0, 0. If it's false, like in this, because 0 is not greater than 2, this is not true. Notice 0, 0 was over here, and because it didn't hold true, I shade above. I would shade on the side of 0, 0. Now, this one is going to be red. X minus y is less than or equal to 2. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the cover-up method. I'm going to cover up y to get x equals 2. And now I'm going to cover up x, and I get negative y equals 2. So I divide by -1, and I get y equals -2. And I'm not too worried about the signs here with the inequality, because my test point is going to help me out with that. So I'm really only worried about the intercepts. So I go ahead, now I'm going to connect my 2 points with a solid line. Because again, it's solid because of that symbol. Now, 0, 0 is my test point. It's right here. If I plug 0, 0 in for x and y, I get this. Is 0 minus 0 less than 2? Yeah, it holds true. So guess what? See how 0, 0 is right here? I shade on that side. So my answer is this green area right here. See how that works? I like the test point, especially with cover-up method. All right, Amelia, of the remaining problems, which one do you want me to do? 1, 2, 3, 11, 13, or 31, 43? Three, okay. All right, in question number 3, again, I'm going to label this top equation as a color. So it's going to be my green equation. So here it says y is less than or equal to -1/2 x plus 3. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to graph this in slope-intercept form. So I start at my starting point, which is 3. I'm going to go down 1 to the right 2. Plot my second point. It's going to be a solid line because of the symbol. So I go ahead and I connect my dots. Now, again, this one's a little easier because it's in y equals mx plus b form, meaning where are my y values less than? Well, that's below. If I'm not so sure, I could always plug in 0, 0, and I would get 0 is less than or equal to -1/2 times 0 plus 3. Well, -1/2 times 0, that's 0. So 0 is less than or equal to 0 plus 3, and that would be true. So I would cheat below. This one, again, very similar. I'm going to start at -1. And then this says to go up to the right 1. Up to the right 1. It's a solid line because of the symbol. Now it says y is greater than. Well, where is y greater than? Above my line. You can see my answer is this overlapping area, which I colored in red. Mr. Dolan, not too bad, right? Are you lying to me? Okay. So, which one would you like me to do? 1, 2, 11, 13, 31, or 43? You can pick any one. Doesn't matter to me. I like them all. You know that like 11, 13, 31, and 43 are the tougher ones, right? Yeah. So you want to say something for yourself? 43? Okay, let's do 43. 43. How many equations do I have in 43, Mr. Dolan? Quattro. So that means I will need 4 colors.
I'll give it one. I'll make it.
Oh, good luck. So Nikki Granlund asked a great question. Well, what do I do if I only have 1 color? Well, I draw, remember, vertical lines to show I'm shading, horizontal lines, diagonal lines, and scribbles. So you can do it that way. So let's look at 43. First off, this is going to get crazy. I already know it's going to get crazy. So, start out with an easy one. It says x is greater than or equal to 1. It's a vertical line through 1. And it's solid. It says x is greater than that. So Nikki Granlund, this is for you. See, so I'm shading. All right. This guy. X minus 2y is less than or equal to 3. Now I'm going to try the cover-up method, right? Cover up the x and I get negative 2y is less than or equal to 3. And J. J,
Yeah.
what's the problem with that? What's the problem with negative 2y equals 3?
It's not.
It's a what?
What do you say?
What's the problem with negative 2y equals 3 when I'm doing the cover-up method? Why might I not like that?
Because you still have to get y by itself.
Well, Jay, allow me to help you out here. Is 3 divided by negative 2 a whole number?
No.
No. So because it's not a whole number, Jay, that's going to give me a problem. So for this one, I have to get y by itself. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to subtract x. That gives me negative 2y is less than or equal to negative x plus 3. And then I divide by negative 2. And I have to be careful to do what, Jay, when I divide by a negative?
Flip your sign.
Flip my sign. So I have y, flip my sign, 1/2 x minus 3/2. All right, it didn't help me much more. I mean, it might have helped me a little bit. So here, I have the point negative 3/2. That's going to be between negative 1 and negative 2. That's going to be right there. And that says go up 1. So I go up 1 from there and to the right 2. Go up 1 to the right 2. Up 1 to the right 2. And it's going to be a solid line. And it says y is greater than. So greater than is a plus. Mr. Grantlin, you see the area that's starting to form? This one. Same problem with this one. I have 3x plus 2y is greater than 9. I'm going to run into the same problem, right? 2 doesn't go into 9. I'm going to get a decimal. Okay? So I got to figure out a way to graph it. If you don't like doing the whole y-intercept thing, y equals mx plus b, we can still try to graph it using intercepts. So I can do the x-intercept by covering up y. I get 3x equals 9, x equals 3. So I go find 3. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. It's going to be right there. Y-intercept, cover up that x, and I get 2y equals 9, and y equals 4.5. So I go find that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. And then I connect them using a solid line. All right, so here, shading above, thank goodness. So I shaded above. Last but not least, finally, a nice easy problem. I have x plus y is less than or equal to 6. Just do the cover up, nice and easy. Cover up the y. You have x equals 6. And then I have y equals 6. Okay. So 6 and 6. Let's see, 6 right there. Oof. How messy. 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. Connect my dots. Now with this one, all right, don't forget to take your test point of 0, 0. 0, 0 is right here. Is 0 plus 0 less than 6? And the answer is yes. So looks like my answer is going to be right there. Ugly. Not bad, though. I liked it. Good problem, Chris. Glad you picked it. I'm sure you are, too. All right. What I would like you guys to do is I would like you guys to practice real quick, and I want you to do 1, 2, 11, and 13. 1, 2, 11, and 13. Yes. 1, 2, 11, and 13. When I was the wrestling coach, I think, give me the Purdue, straight Purdue golf.
Yeah, you did. You chose
I don't know,
that.
the gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's like, because their colors are red and gold, and they brought in like black for that. I was like, yo, it's gold and black. It's the best shirt. Everybody loves it. So my color when I was head coach was gold. So everything I have was gold. Got gold coaches shirts. I got these cool quarter zips. So. Did take one thing from your backpack.
It's better than that.
That's what you think. You'll find it. When you need it, you'll be upset. All right, so let's look at number one. Number one, the top equation, it's y is greater than 1. It's going to be a dotted line through 1, whereas y greater, that's going to be above. The bottom equation says y is less than or equal to 2. So it's a solid line. And that's going to be below. So you can see that your answer is going to be between the two lines. Number 2, x is less than 3. That's going to be a dotted vertical line through 3. Less than, we're shading this way towards me. And then this one says x is greater than -2. So it's going to be a vertical line through -2. And you can see that in between your two lines. Lance, okay with that? Mike, okay? Kind of feeling like, all right, getting it, that's good. Justin, doing okay?
Yeah.
All right. For number 11, very much just like the one we just did. X is less than 3. X is greater than -2. I think that is the same one, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not doing 11. Let's move to 13. Here, x plus y is less than or equal to 3. You can do the cover-up method. Remember, for the x-intercept, you cover up y. So I have x equals 3. For the y-intercept, cover up x, and you get y equals 3. It's a solid line because of the symbol. So I'm going to go ahead and do my best. Now, I don't know which side to shade on, so I picked the test point of 0, 0. Is 0 plus 0 less than 3? Yep. So I'm shading below that line, on the side of 0, 0. X minus 1 is less than or equal to 1, so I have to solve it. So I add 1 to both sides, and I get x is less than or equal to 2. It's a vertical line. It's solid. It says x is less than. And my area for my answer is where they overlap. Right there. All right. Whew.